Birthday Hawa, birthday Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Shai. Call Allah in Hawa, Allahayna Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Kokodash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and salutation to the election, the first fruits, the choicest parts, that whom the Lord has favor and mercy upon in these times, the race. Alright, that starts with the Ra'ashim, the Heats, which are the prophets, Hanabiyayim. And they're men of the 12 tribes of Israel, 144,000, 12,000 out of each tribe, whom the Lord has sanctioned and gave the word, his word to be leaders of the flock and to feed them with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, starting with our apostles and elders, all right, here at Great Millstone. And of course, giving a shalom to the great innumerable multitude, which are no prophets, but are believers in the words of Yahweh Shem Yashai, the Manah, the number of the 1/3. The Lord is going to have chesed or mercy ill upon Ba'ith in these times. And Shemiah Machpa, and it's a Machpa, Mayan Galwal or Machana from the Great Millstone Camp. Plaintables specifically in the city of Philadelphia. I'm Lamadi Ma'ite, coming with a lesson, little or we lesson. This we lesson, this came to the Nashama, the inspiration of the Lord. When I watched this video, I only got about 1 minute and 50 seconds in and already had to stop it. It was yesterday and I shared it with Akim. How the actual mindset of our people are, specifically our women, which have been in a demonic satanic union with, of course, Esau Edom, okay, the wicked who have the rule and the power on the earth. It has the dominion in which they will believe in him and all of his ways, his philosophies and doings, just to secure and continue in this society. All right. It all goes back to the garden, in the beginnings, the Hattons, in which, Eve, which is the woman is about the beginning of sin, being in the transgression. She went as a witch, which the sin of rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And so, she's an actual witch. All right. Because she is, of course, doing all of the sins that are against the Lord. All right. Following other philosophies. Okay. So I'm just going to go to Genesis, the 3rd chapter real quick. This is Genesis, the 3rd chapter. And it reads, and it says, all right, Genesis 3:1, it says, now the serpent was more subtle, which is another man. A man, serpent, had the characteristics of being sly and cunning. All right. This is just dark sayings written in the scriptures. All right. Given unto the elect, the mysteries is unveiled. Okay. The secrets are revealed to the meek. Okay. Now the serpent was more subtle, being crafty. And serpent also go to Nachash, which means to practice divination. You see the Hebrew word ha Nachash, and ha the Nachash is serpent, and serpent as I'll get is from this root to practice divination, divine and observe sign, to learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling. Okay. So this man is a witch as well. Okay, so it only makes sense. But hey, this had to happen. The creature was subject unto vanity. Now it says that any beast of the field, beasts, represent different people. All right, when you get to understand it in the scriptures, you can read that in different parts of Ecclesiastes that men themselves are beasts. Different precepts. All right, of the field which the Lord Yahweh had made, and he said unto the woman, yeah, hath the power of the Elohim said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Okay, and you have, of course, all these different other nations, which, you could go into different precepts. I've seen men as trees. You could read different precepts that go into the dark saying, the back up that trees are talking about other nations. All right. Okay, in the garden being Idon, a paradise. All right, just earth. Okay, it says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. Okay, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the power has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. All right, and there's of course things in which these other different philosophies, these other nations follow that we can't follow. All right, we're supposed to worship the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and them alone. All right, it says, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Okay, which is a lie. All right, for the power doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Because at this time, they knew only to do good. All right, but it is true. God do know of what good and evil, completely balanced. Because the false balance is abomination to the Lord. And when we go into the kingdom, we will be completely righteous, but we will know both the good and the evil, because we have done the evil here on this side, and we'll be completely perfectly righteous, being having the law, statutes, commandments written on our inward parts, making us the Lord gonna replace that stony heart for heart of flesh, making us perfect. All right, programmed never to go off. And the woman saw the tree was good for fruit, good. Now that this good for food, this fruit, okay, these different philosophies. All right, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. And they took and partook of the the different philosophies. All right, it says, and the eyes of them were both open, and they knew they had been naked. All right, they of course what they go into they sin. All right, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves apron. This goes into, I believe, going into taking the covering of the other nations. Okay, they weren't actually like naked physically, if you can understand. Okay, now and they heard the voice of the power of the Lord Yahweh, power, walking in the cool of the day before, of course, the judgment. All right, cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh power among the trees of the garden. Right, these different people. By taking, as you can read in the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter, it's either 30th or 31 chapter. It says, woe unto the rebellious children, said the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay, they took a covering. All right, which goes into I'm not sure if this actually goes too much into it in the definition, but just a Nasak. She don't really say much. Covering a veil. All right. Cast an image. I mean, they don't really say that much in the definitions here, but they took the different philosophies, the spirits, all right, that these different philosophies have, all right, but not of Yahweh Shem Shah, not of the Lord, not of obeying the law, statute, commandments, okay, because they disobey by, of course, partaking in these other philosophies, that they may walk down into Egypt, which, Slaki, let me hold on now, because that was it right there. Now, I had quoted some other scriptures, but I'm just making this like I said, I'm going through the spirit, so I didn't there's some precepts I do have on deck that I have, which is Isaiah and the precepts in Isaiah, but going into the the whole Genesis 1, I didn't I didn't know I was actually gonna go into that. Just the spirit, as the wind, but this is an example of our people, how they're taking a part of the philosophies of these other nations and covering. Look, they're not even their true identity. They, of course, taking up the image, the likeness of these other nations, beliefs, and fusing them, forming them with, confusing themselves with themselves. Okay, when it's not who we are. We are Israelites, okay, and we supposed to trust in the power and not in man, okay, not in no other man, Esau, Edom, all right, this government, okay. The scriptures tell you that, okay, woe unto you that, I believe, trust in man. You read, like, may possibly be in the Psalms, Psalms, maybe like 116 or 115. I gotta look for it. I'm gonna say this precept because I could use this in one of the precepts I'm gonna bring up. Or it might be like 118, possibly. Yeah, it's probably that. Yeah, it's Psalms 118 and 8. It says, "Better to trust in the Yahweh than to put confidence in man." All right, confidence goes into with fidelity, confidence, which is going to chasa, which goes into trust, or like being a refuge. All right, confide in hope. Okay, Yahweh Shem Shai is supposed to be our hope. Okay, to confide in. And confide, I want to look into that. Con is with or together, I believe, or well, they got here to place trust to or have faith, right? So confide. Now, like you say, you confide in somebody, you're gonna tell him the secrets and all of that. But it says to rely, because faith comes with dependence. Okay, you have faith, or I'm a one. You depend, okay, and you put your hope, your Yachalath ka is in Yahweh Shem Shai, which hope is Yachalath in Hebrew. All right, so it says from assimilated form of calm here, probably in sense of form of calm in feder, to trust. So to trust, share secret with, exactly. So meaning to take secret with. All right. Faith is confidence, trust, reliance, credence, belief. Or mayan is to believe. All right, in the Hebrew. Now, so in the video, as you can see, which I'm not gonna play the actual, the fair use warning also for YouTube. This is for educational purposes only. This is not, used intended for any monetary gain at all. This is only for edification. Simple as that. All right. So my life right now, she says, this woman. Now the title of the video is America's housing crisis that happened due to the pestilence is hurting so-called black women the most. Okay. And this woman says, my life right now is in two people's hands. Okay. And I'm gonna mute this sound. I just want to really just go to the next, what she says next. It is in the government's hands. It's in my landlord's hands. Now, the landlord is don't actually own the whole property. It's really the people that own the land, which are the Edomites. They have dominion of the earth. Okay, so as the earth been given unto the hand of the wicked have dominion. So it's really not even the landlords, though there's a pseudo, belief that it is. You try, of course, to pay not your taxes, and see how your property gets seized. You know what I mean? Put up for sheriff sale, and they sell it, and it's in somebody else's hand. You know what I mean? But she said that her life is in two people's hands. And these are men, okay? These are all right? It's not, he didn't say of Lord, okay? But we know in the scriptures, that the man's life is in the hands of the Lord. You know what I mean? There's different scriptures that say that. I don't have one on deck. I have to. I know one that I pray, but I have to find this one real quick. Yeah, that's it. That's nice. Job, or good, not slacking, not nice. Nice mean foolish. Job 12:10. Ayawab, which means hated or persecute. 12:10. All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 12:10. It says, man, so much goodness in the scriptures. It says here, I'm going to start at 6. It says, the tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke the power of secure Edomites, into whose hand the power bringeth abundantly. Right. Okay, right now it's their time. Okay, the Lord gave them the blessings, to rule dominion for a little season. Okay, rule as the Greeks and the Romans. All right, having these empires flourish, but then fall. Okay, ultimately, but this is their season to be ruling. Okay, to have abundance. To have, which, like I said, they don't get the fully strength of the earth, having the curse of Quayan or Cain. But they do live, obviously, they're secure. They're not in trouble as other men are, as the scriptures do speak about in the book of Psalms. But it says, they stole everything. Their houses, they stole everything, including the children of Israel in these lands. All right, but it says, but ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. All right, and just speaking, this whole pestilence outbreak, the animals have been acting very, very different. Okay, you had it in certain times when there was people were confined within their own homes and such, that people didn't venture out, and more of the animals ventured out into the city because it was very solitary and it was very quiet. And it also, there was less, I would say, less pollution from people being outside and pretty much scattering rubbish about and such. People got many bad practices, and they have any manners. Okay, for the most part. All right, it's only the elect that are trying to, of course, get themselves proper, repenting back to Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay. And having care of the earth, because like I say, the actual elect are gonna have the earth, and as joint heirs under Yahweh Shai, whom the world calls Jesus Christ. And when they have it, they're gonna deal righteously. All right, but the earth does speak a lot. The animals speak to you and tell you and teach you, different things. If you're observant of that. Now it says, "Who know?" This is Job Al-Yawab, which. Hated, persecuted, chapter 12 and 9. Who knoweth not all these that the hand of Yahweh have wrought this? Okay, it's the Lord, that does these things, and whose hand is the soul of every living thing. So every living thing, okay, which you have a soul within you. Yahweh means He exists or He to be. All right, you could read, of course. Even in I believe in Apocrypha, it tells you that the Most High is in all things. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can find it. I'll get it. I believe it might be in the Wisdom of Solomon, but I don't know where it's at off the top. But yeah, and it's crazy. Like that actual term that actually a spirit on a woman told me that. But when I was in the world, when I was just like the Christian, following Christianity, meaning the world's Christianity, that is the whole Baptist, all that whole, what the world teaches, not the true Hamashiach. The true followers of Mashiach follow, which we are coming back now. The Lord winking at our ignorance and such, and having mercy upon us, giving us the true knowledge. All right, a woman, and she was like this rapper. I don't know if she's still alive. I seen this woman actually walk past the camp and say my name too, as she sitting there walking by, and I believe she had another rapper, which that'd be her man, actually walked by, and it was very, very wicked. The woman pretty much, she actually literally spoke about how she wanted to get with my brother, and I was in the world. She pushed off the whole vibration of having this fancy of me or something like that. It was wicked. You know what I mean? And up finding out, the chick is just pretty much like just on different drugs and such. And yeah, she just adulterous and wicked. I don't know. But yeah, you know what I mean? So, just going back, like as the scriptures say, from moth cometh our garments cometh the moth, roughly paraphrasing, from women wickedness. Little is wicked to the wickedness of a woman. All right. But yeah, I think I might got it right now. Yeah, this is it's in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and 1. The water y'all by Shemel Shai. It's no even highlighted, but the spirit, like I said, the spirit is guiding us and is dealing with the men of the Lord. Okay, we don't have to even, like I said, the Lord provides everything for us, man. It's amazing. So Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12 and 1, I said. Yeah. So Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1. And it reads, it says, for thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Okay? That's heavy right there. It already, it says it's just plain. Okay? seeing if there's a little bit more, but it says, therefore chasten thou them by little, goes into correction, disciplining, that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended. I mean, look at how we are right now, that leaving their wickedness, that they may believe on thee, O Yahweh, right, for it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of the holy land, all right, who thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also merciless murders of children and devourers of man's flesh, and feasts of blood, with their priests out in the midst of their idolatrous crew, worshiping of the gods, and the parents that kill with their own hands, destitute of help. All right, you can go into all of that, but when we see our people have, we've done a lot of wickedness. You know what I mean? Now, let me go to something else real quick. The scriptures talk about the Lord being the father of spirits as well. So in whose hand, Yahweh, that the Job is every living thing and breath of mankind. And the scriptures also talk about how, and there's another scripture that also can precept that the Lord's incorruptible spirit is in all things. I would just have to, find it. But, yeah, just going on. To this actual video. So it is in the government's hand. So, she's not saying it's in the Lord's hand. That just goes to show you how far gone our people. They don't even give belief or credence to Yahweh Shem Shai for even their own soul. You know what I mean? And I mean, look at her. She got it appears to be like, they made it look like dreadlocks, but I'm not sure. But, it's an Egyptian, it's a heathen custom. The Lord told us to learn not the way of the heathen, but hey, it goes on. It's in the government hand. It's in my landlord's hands. The government, they told me to stop working. You had it during the inception of this whole thing, pestilence outbreak. It was told you stay home, and they had the celebrities, tell you stay home, promote that, don't go out. It was pushing out all the different, different witchcraft spells of telling you to, if you go out, you put yourself at risk, which, hey, you'll be at risk in general. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of things over here, but I mean, E done took this to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? They were told to stop working. Remember, to stop the spread. We don't want, of course, the spread of the disease to overwhelm the healthcare system. Beyond what they can sustain. Okay. So, and they told me that they were gonna fund me because I can no longer work. So, E told her in this and all of this stuff. Okay. And she trusted in man, okay, and she listened, she complied, okay, she obeyed these orders, and she, I said her confidence in it. So whatever comes proceed afterwards, she just relies on them, not in the power, okay. And I mean, if you could watch the video, she had a lot of spirits on her. It was actually like, I feel like a damn near a spirit was literally speaking through her, which, she looked like crazy and got these baby kids, and I'm not even sure who that dude was on the if he was a landlord or not, or if he was just her man for the time being. These are dreads. If I can, yeah, they are dreads. Sitting on the porch, which he showed the actual order of the sheriff eviction. The government, they told me to stop working. They told me, they were gonna fund me because I can no longer work. And that it said, I put my trust in them. This blew me away. When she said I put my trust in them, it blew me away. Because, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of times, like, we don't actually, we say it, but we don't hear it. But she literally said it. You know what I mean? She literally said, I put my trust in the government. We actually, to be honest, we actually heard a man say that he trusts in the government. He said that that's why Donald Trump got the whole pestilence, because he don't wear masks. You know what I mean? But we pointed out he wasn't social distancing. He was right in our face when he was saying this, and it just goes to show you the hypocrisy of our people. But Slacky, we know that we have to go to one of all things to our oppressor, but our trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, faith. Because the Lord can use your enemies to help you. I mean, like I said, I tell you to use the world, not abuse it. But like I say, our people, their complete trust is in the dependency is in man and Esau. Okay, and Eve have a satanic bond with, of course, Satan. All right, union. Okay, alliance. Okay, and that's when she listened to that serpent, she took a part of the different philosophies, and such, okay, which are contrary to the Lord. She's supposed to listen to her man being Adam, okay, which has the rule over her. But hey, it happened, and it was supposed to happen anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Isaiah. See the Isaiah 30. Right, Isaiah 30:2, it says that walk to go down into Egypt, and they have not asked at my mouth, the mouth of the prophets, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And they trust, in this whole protection of Egypt, this whole system. You know what I mean? Therefore, the strength of Pharaoh, which Esau is be a modern day Pharaoh today, all right, ruling in Babylon, be your shame. This is modern day Esau in Egypt, right? It says in the trust in the trust of the shadow of Egypt, your confusion, because now what you see is that these different programs. And there's loopholes which landlords can use to get around you being in that property, and can get you out on the street. They could sell their property to another landowner. I've heard of stories about that. You know what I mean? And then then they could make a claim that the tenant can't afford or pay the rent or whatever, so they can't stay within the property. You know what I mean? They got to have new tenants, to be able to, that can qualify and pay. You know what I mean? You have these different, when you get a property and such, you actually sign agreements, to a leasing agreement to pay these, to stay within, the actual property. But if you can't fulfill that money is not forgiven. It's still on you. It's a debt, even if you are evicted. You know what I mean? You owe them. Okay? But going down, this is I'm gonna go to verse 7. It says, for the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Okay. um, it says, now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be read for the time come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord. All right, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not, unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy to see. And we tell them that, the different prophecies, that such as you read in Isaiah earlier in it, I believe, like Isaiah 32. We tell them that this is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage. These this that's coming in, this harvest. What you get through these benefits shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. That's mourning. Okay, where you have sackcloth. You're supposed to be in a state of mourning. You know what I mean? Therefore, you're supposed to be in a repenting spirit. You know what I mean? A mournful spirit. It says, they shall lament for the teats, for of the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right, all these different benefits that you get nourishment off of. Upon the land, the support that you get, all right, the stay, as I'm going to go into. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, yeah, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. And, I mean, look, there ain't going to be nothing left, all right, just as if the harvest was all taken up, all right. There's nothing gonna be left. I know, in the scriptures to talk about how things supposed to be left, but you're gonna have it where it's gonna be completely. This place is gonna be barren. All right. Our people are gonna be barren. All right. That are the 2/3. You know what I mean? Because as the scriptures say, they have received benefits but not have known the Lord. All right. Next scripture I'm gonna get, I think, is Isaiah, the 3rd chapter, Isaiah 3:1. It's 2/3. It says, for behold, Yahweh, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, the Lord of armies, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah. That's both kingdoms, southern and northern kingdoms. All right. So-called Negros, Latinos, Native Americans. All right. Are the Israelites. All right. You Israelite foreigners, of course, as well, that like unto the speckled bird. All right. That look like the heathen, but lineage go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right. It says the stay in the staff, the whole state of bread and the whole state of water. Okay, which when you go into stay is ma sha'ain, which that goes into your support. Okay, protector of sustenance. Okay, the Lord's gonna take away a protector or sustenance, which the Lord gonna take away Esau. All right, he's taking Esau out of the way. Who you trust in? All right, food and sustenance is food and drink. All right, source of strength. All right, as a source of strength. Okay, yeah, and you think just because the victuals, you think just because you get all these things from Esau, you're strong. But like I say, they help is and trusting in the shadow of Egypt, it's vanity, because it's of course going to be taken away. It's not a sure thing to trust in. Okay, I tell you in the scriptures to trust not thy enemy. Okay, you read that in the book of Sirach. To trust not in thy enemy, and you're gonna see, from trusting in them, what it gets you. I'm gonna get some of the more precepts. I just was going to do something real quick. So anyway, I put my trust in them. But the Lord, He's gonna remove that stay. All right. My family who didn't put their trust in Him, they died. All right. I'm not. I didn't get to finish watching the video. But she just goes to show you, you know, if it wasn't this pestilence outbreak, the mental, it is sucking everything out of you. Right. You know, people are going crazy. Women are going mad. I mean, which they already smit with madness. You think that's enough with 3 kids, 2 kids? Which I have to probably, I might have missed something. Let me see something real quick. My friends who didn't listen, they died. We stayed home. In the process, what are you rewarded for staying home? If it wasn't the whole pestilence, the mental, it was sucking everything out of you. The cabin fever. You think, Slock, man, this thing done. All this stupidness done happen. Sorry, Slocky. You know, they pushing all these different things. So it says that, you know, it's going into how the landlords are losing money, you know, rent, 160 million in rent each month. So I mean, the housing crisis, the housing market is, you know, that's going to be in shambles. It's already in shambles, though. You know, they might show you prosper in certain cases. Like I read a story about, you know, different real estate, you know, increasing and stuff. But like I say, this place is about to burst. All right. And this is the whole mentality of our women. You know, Lord is going to bring judgment to our women. Okay. To 2/3 of them, that is. Not the elect of our nation. Okay. I said 2 parts shall be cut off. And here in America, like I say, women outnumber, and in the world in general, you know, women outnumber men. You know, so, hey, it's going to be a lot of sorrowful women out here that's going to be destroyed. All right, so, we'll go back to that Isaiah 30, and we're pretty much soon about to close off. This is Isaiah 30, and reading on verse 11, it says, "Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us." That's what our people say. You know, get you out of the way, you know, turn aside of the path, you know, get him away, you know, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore, thus said the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise the word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. All right, you trust in the shadow of Egypt, you know, the support. All right, therefore this iniquity shall be as a breach ready to fall. Okay, so all these different sins, you know, it be as you a breach ready to fall. You know, when you have a breach in something, we know that it's something has been severed, okay, in which that will lead towards that whatever infrastructure, whatever that is, being you know, crumbling. All right, or it already sustained damage, so what's left? You know, eventually that whole thing to fail. All right, and that's how you're gonna fail, from because Esau gonna fall, so you're gonna fall right there with Esau, whose breaking cometh. All right, it says a swelling out of a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. And like I said, you don't know when that's going to happen. It could just happen all of a sudden. Look, I had a breach in a pipe. Well, what? You do the coal, boom, burst, bam. Okay, cold water, bam, burst, bam. Okay, there it is, done. Okay, flood. That's how it's gonna be. Breach in the wall, bam, boom, the whole wall fall down. All right, so your whole support is gonna fall. All right. And he shall break it as a breaking of potter's vessels that is broken into pieces, and he shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of its sherd to take fire from the earth, or to take water withal out of the pat. It says, verse 16 or verse 15, pardon me. For thus said the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. All right. So in your returning, which goes into Shawab, I believe. Yeah, Shawaba, which goes into Shawab, which is returning. Okay. And actually it says a metaphor for a conversion. Okay. You know, but a lot of people, they don't want to convert and be healed. See if I can find this scripture. Some of these scriptures, like I say, Isaiah chapter 6 and 10. It said 2/3 of our people, they don't have a way back, because the Lord, he gave them ears that they can't hear. All right. So Isaiah 6. All right. He has an angel blocking them. So when we speak, they don't want to hear it. As you know, other precepts had already read, that already said. You know, they want us instead tell them lies and such, and be as everything else. So this is Isaiah chapter 6. And I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart, meaning the mind, of this people fat. Okay, fat. I believe a ot goes into this word. I have to do it myself right now. So shaman, which you know is like oil, but also let me see if there's anything else in this thing. All right, to cover over the heart as if it were fat, to render it as callous, so it will not heed to the words of the prophet. Right. You know what I mean? It's gonna be covered over. All right. Like imagine like a cauliflower ear or something like that. Mostly MMA fighters, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, different grapplers, wrestlers, they get cauliflower ear from a lot of the excessive friction from the whole grind of wrestling, grappling, getting heat locked or headlocked or getting guillotined and such. And just a lot of times it'd be a lot of different, just rough training partners, you know what I mean? Training crazy. Well, hey, our people are damn wrestling and making war with the Lord. You know what I mean? But their ears got house over, but it's the Lord's doing as well. All right, Lord working on both sides. All right, righteous and the wicked side too. All right, you have left-hand angels that sent to stop them. It says, least they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. All right, convert with, and I gotta look this up. Turn back. I'm gonna look up convert on my own now. Like I say, a lot of things we hear from the brothers and the apostles, the apostles and the elders, we have to, of course, be diligent and look up for ourselves and get understanding ourselves, so we can be better, of course, teachers too, not just mockingbirds and all of that. So, like I said, a lot of times you'll see me even doing a live study. I'm watering you and watering myself. All right. As written in Proverbs, I believe it like maybe the 22nd chapter. I'll see if I can get it, but he that watereth, he watereth. I'll get it, but slack it. Let me get this other word though, convert. So I'm gonna go to etymon. All right, so convert, which is to turn, to change from one religion to another. Okay, Latin con, with or together, and to turn. All right, which should be to convert, which is the with turning, or with the return. All right, to turn or return. All right, to change to another form of substance. All right, which is substance goes into understanding. Sub is under, and stances to stand. So understanding. All right, which you're not going to be in the mind of wickedness. Instead, you're going to go what the Lord speak of. That's what we're supposed to hearken on to for our good. All right, that's what we're supposed to listen to. Now, let me just continue on. It says, and convert and be healed. All right. But it says, then said I, the Lord, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and houses without land, and the land be utterly desolate, and Yahweh remove men far away, and there be a great forsaken in the midst of Israel. But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten in a teal tree. All right, so that's pretty much it on there. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, it's actual angels that block Israel from getting this truth. All right, this is only for the servants, the prophets. All right, and for the elect, the rest of the elect that are just believers, that the Lord sanctioned to receive it. All right. So yeah, I mean, there's the other precept that I got also, and then the water precept, I believe that's in Proverbs, as I mentioned. It's either Proverbs 21 or Proverbs 22. It's a beautiful word that I believe the elder Indiana GMS, the Mashapat, I believe he go by his name. He told me this. You know what I mean? I was speaking about like how, you know, doing lessons is real good. You know, it helps me a lot. You know, it also helps the other people. All right. But let me see. I want to get that scripture, but I just seen it through the Spirit in another precept. This is Proverbs 21:10. It says, the soul of the wicked desireth evil. His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. Right. You know, no grace in his eyes. All right. When the scorner is punished, the simple is made wise. And when the wise is instructed, he receiveth knowledge. The righteous man wisely considereth the house of the wicked, but the power overthroweth the wicked of their wickedness. So you know, if you righteous, you consider the house of the wicked. Esau has the house. He has this kingdom. All right, you'll see that he fallen. But look, you know, like you said, most of our people just wicked as the wicked, and have gone so farther than the wicked. So they're gonna get destroyed with the wicked. Join in hand. You know, it says the wicked shall not go unpunished, roughly paraphrasing. But the Most High overthroweth the wicked in their wickedness, who stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor. He also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard. And we are the poor, you know what I mean? You know, they don't want to hear us, okay? You see how they walk out, and they don't want to hear this truth. You know, when we in the streets. You see the goofy looks of our people, our women. You know, they rolling their eyes and batting their eyes. They do all type of stupid stuff. A gift and secret pacify anger, and the reward of bosom strong wrath. Right, you know, because look, a gift and secret pacify, it pleases anger. So, like I say, Esau had done this. Here, take this. All right, we're gonna take care of you. You know, that stopped their anger, because you would, if you told them we cutting off everything, they would be going batshit crazy in the street, but then they did that because they got, these benefits. All right, you got people getting rich, so-called Nuka rich, as I'll coin it, off of these things. Okay, it says a joy to the just to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. Right. And it says, the man that wanted a way of understanding should be in the congregation of the dead. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. And we know she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. All right. That's heavy. Okay. The wicked. That's all I'm gonna leave right there, man. That's a lot. I'm gonna see if I can find that other precept. Horses is prepared against the day of battle, but the safety is of the Lord. Man, it's so you could just be in the precepts all day. I'm gonna put it right in. So this is the book of Proverbs. It's actually 11. It says, the liberal soul shall be made fat, and he that watereth shall be watered himself. Just to bring that out. All right. All right. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. The precepts that I had brought out through the Spirit. There's many. You can go and read on your own, but that's the point. Giving all praises to Yahweh Shem El Shai B'Shem. That's the point is that our people trust, or especially the women, are trusting in Egypt. This Esau is a snare unto them, and they're gonna fall with this place. All right, at least they repent. All right, because as I read in Isaiah, I'm gonna go read that again. That 30th chapter, which is a good precept. I actually put it. I'm gonna bring it out some more in different lessons. It says, for thus said the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in returning in rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Right? Faith. And ye would not. Right? But y'all don't. 2/3 don't and won't. There was another precept that I had went across, and I said it was good, but it talked about stay, but I don't know if I messed it up. But hey, if I don't have it, if I don't see it, hey, it just wasn't meant to bring out right now. So what I'm gonna do is now go to the other precept that I got. Is Proverbs 1:23. I start at verse 22. Actually, it says, "How long, ye simple ones?" Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, you Israelites, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in the scorner, and fools hate knowledge. Turn ye at my reproof, correction. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And the Lord has made it with the prophets. Because I have called and you have refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, my advising, which do the prophets. It's coming with the word. Okay. And would none of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh unto you, then shall they call upon me, but I will no answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Okay? Own imaginations. But a turning away of simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Right? You trust in the fool, Esau, eat him. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell in safety and be quiet and rest from the fear of evil. So, giving all praise to Yahweh, Shem, Shabbat, Shem, Kokodash, double honor to our apostles, and that was a great millstone, peace and salutation to the elect. You see what she said. Lord is bringing down America and the so-called black woman, through this whole outbreak. Don't be one of them. Shalom.